All right, now, as the country moves to level 1 of the lockdown, most economic sectors are looking forward to implementing a recovery plan after the coronavirus pandemic. The construction sector was one of the hardest hit. President Cyril Ramaphosa has just approved a recovery plan proposed by NEDLAC, which makes infrastructure development key to the recovery of the economy. Priscilla Mdlalose is CEO of the Council for the Built Environment and joins us now to speak to us about some of the steps that are needed in order for a quick recovery in this sector. Priscilla, thanks very much for your time and welcome to the AM Report. Let me start by just getting a sense of where we are insofar as construction is concerned in South Africa, especially because this particular sector has been battling a variety of challenges for about a decade now. I imagine COVID-19 certainly hasn't made things any better.
Good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to your viewers. Thank you very much for having us in your show this morning. Perhaps before I can even talk about what is happening in our industry, let me just highlight who we are. We are the Council of the Built Environment, and our role is to oversee the councils that are registering the professionals that are critical in the construction industry. For us to have the roads that you see, we need to plan, we need to design, and we need to implement. So some of our professionals are critical in ensuring that this construction industry is working healthy. So some of these professionals, we were talking about the architectures, engineering, landscape architectures, project and construction management, property valuers, and quantity surveyors. So we are on standby and we are excited that we are moving to level 1. We have been ready for a long time. And as we have indicated that our industry has been hit hard. I remember that when we look at the stats, South Africa, between January and March 2020, we're contributing about 4.7 towards our GDP. And during the lockdown period, we have even moved further. Our contribution had decreased to about 76.6% in terms of contribution to the GDP. So we've been hit hard, very hard. But we are ready, we are excited, and we have ensured that during the lockdown, we made sure that we consult with the industry so that we prepare ourselves. One of our critical areas is health and safety in the construction. We know that one death in construction site is too many. So one of the critical areas that we are focusing on is to ensure that our sites are protected, our sites are good, and our employees will be well catered for. So these are some of the critical things that we have put in place to ensure that as we go back, our workers are well protected. Yeah. So we are ready, and we also, as we have indicated, that the president has announced, the construction, the rollout of infrastructure projects. And again, we have positioned ourselves, especially because we know that women have not been benefiting much. So we are positioning ourselves so that our women in construction are benefiting in these projects.
Yeah. Priscilla, I know one of the long-standing issues is that the construction industry hasn't been able to capture as many government infrastructure projects as hoped. Are you optimistic this will change as we see the reopening of the economy?
We are optimistic. We cannot afford not to, because I think we are committed to grow this economy together with the government. So we are optimistic, and we are sure that it might take longer, than expected. But we want to see things changing in our industry.
Of course, the other real prospect that many people are looking to is a very different status quo. This new normal is the term that's been used quite often. How is that going to affect construction, do you think, in South Africa? I'm thinking specifically, considering the prospects that most people are going to be working from home, and things like, real estate for businesses might be affected. I mean, is that something within your purview?
Yes, the new normal is challenging us, but it is also giving us opportunities, to embrace technology. Some of us, yes, who have learned to work from home under duress, but it is working. But I know that some of our construction workers, unfortunately, they cannot work from home. They have to go on site, But we will try as much as possible to embrace the technology and ensure that we continue to protect our workers. But we are talking about the property valuers. They have to go on site and evaluate the site. So unfortunately, it's not all of us who will continue to work from home. We have to go out on site and do the work. But I think, as I've mentioned, that health and safety for us is critical.
Right. The other concern, of course, is that allegations of things like corruption, maladministration will continue to cast quite a bit of a shadow over the industry itself, and that doesn't bid the industry well if it's trying to contribute in the ways through which you've outlined now. What steps have been put in place to try and up the ante against maladministration within your industry?
Yeah, that is our reality. The issue of corruption, especially in the construction industry. We have seen the issue of fronting. So, but what we have done, especially as the Council for the Built Environment, together with the 6 councils, we have written to the special unit, investigation unit, so that we can assist them in terms of tracking those corruption cases, because we understand that they might have the knowledge of investigating, but they might need our skills, the skills of the built environment professionals, so that they are able to handle those cases. So we are not sitting on the side, but we want to participate and assist the government in ensuring that we deal with the issues of corruption. I mean, corruption is also about our businesses not being paid on time, because there are officials who want to get the bribe so that they are able to process your invoices. So we want to make sure that we deal with those issues. So as I said, that we don't want to sit on the side, but we want to engage the government. We want to be in those spaces where we ensure that we are dealing with the issues of corruption once and for all.
Priscilla Mdlalose is the CEO of the Council for the Built Environment. Priscilla, thanks very much for your time.